Ambassador Krill Vex of the Zetulian Confederation adjusted his breathing apparatus as he observed the 5 human diplomats entering the grand banquet hall. The Zetulians had arranged this feast ostensibly as a gesture of goodwill, but in reality, it was an elegant assassination. "Are the preparations complete?" he whispered to Chief Alchemist Morda. "Yes, Ambassador," she replied, her translucent skin rippling with anticipation. "We've infused every dish with enough neurotoxic compound to kill a Carcassian bull beast. The humans won't survive their second course." Krill Vex's facial tendrils quivered with satisfaction. The humans had been nothing but trouble since they'd stumbled onto the galactic stage 3 years ago. Their bizarre physiology made them immune to psychic control. Their constant questions disrupted established protocols, and worst of all, they'd begun negotiating independent trade agreements with Zetulian client worlds. Tonight would end the human problem permanently. "Ambassador Jones," Krill Vex called, extending his upper appendages in the formal greeting gesture. "Welcome to the Harmony Feast. We've prepared a special menu showcasing our most distinctive culinary traditions." Dr. Eliza Jones, head of the human delegation, smiled warmly. "We're honored, Ambassador. My team has been looking forward to experiencing authentic Zetulian cuisine." The first course arrived glistening purple spheres with vapor rising from their centers. The human delegates watched as their Zetulian counterparts consumed the dish using specialized feeding tubes. "Please," Krill Vex gestured, "enjoy the mist pearls. They're a delicacy from our oceanic provinces." The humans examined the food curiously before taking cautious bites. Krill Vex tensed, anticipating immediate convulsions. Instead, Dr. Jones's eyes widened. "This is fascinating," she exclaimed. "The exterior is sweet, but there's an extraordinary burning sensation afterward." "Is that potassium chloride and capsaicin?" Alchemist Morda's skin paled to a sickly white. "You recognize the compounds?" "I'm a xenobiochemist by training," Jones explained cheerfully. "The burning sensation is remarkably similar to Earth's chili peppers. We cultivate plants that produce capsaicin. Deliberately, we consider the pain pleasurable during dining." The Zetulian delegates exchanged alarmed glances. The humans continued eating with apparent enjoyment. The second course, deliberately more lethal, arrived steaming on ornate platters. "Our famous Death Shade stew," Krill Vex announced, watching intently as the humans sampled it. Lieutenant Commander Park, the security officer, took a large spoonful and paused. "Amazing depth of flavor. The metallic undertones remind me of certain Korean dishes marinated in blood." "Blood?" Morda whispered, horrified. "They consume blood?" "Only from specific animals," clarified Dr. Patel, the mission's medical officer. "Though historically, several human cultures incorporated small amounts of toxic substances in their diets to build immunity. This stew has similar properties to few Japanese pufferfish. The toxin creates a pleasant numbness on the tongue." By the third course, a gelatinous mass containing enough poison to depopulate a small moon, the Zetulians had abandoned all pretense of dining and were simply watching in astonishment as the humans not only survived but enthusiastically consumed their would-be execution meal. "I detect notes of arsenic, kyanide compounds, and something similar to tetrodotoxin," Dr. Jones said, scraping her plate clean. "The interplay between the poisons creates a unique umami flavor. Our bodies can process these in small amounts, evolutionary adaptation from our varied diet on Earth." Ambassador Krill Vex, defeated, slumped in his seat. "You knew," Jones smiled diplomatically, "that you were trying to poison us?" "Of course. We analyzed everything before the dinner. But we didn't want to be rude by declining your invitation." "Why would you knowingly consume toxins?" Morda asked incredulously. Commander Chen, the cultural attaché, laughed. Ambassador, humans regularly consume alcohol, caffeine, capsaicin, and various other substances precisely because they're toxic. The mild systemic stress creates pleasurable sensations. Some of our most expensive delicacies are toxic if prepared incorrectly. In fact, Dr. Jones added, producing a small flask from her pocket, "We brought you a gift Earth whiskey. It's mildly poisonous to humans, extremely toxic to Zetulians, and absolutely delicious. We'd be happy to show you how to dilute it to safe levels for your physiology." Later that evening, as the thoroughly intoxicated diplomats finalized a surprisingly favorable trade agreement, Krillvex turned to Jones with newfound respect. "Perhaps we misjudged your species," he admitted. "Anyone who seeks pleasure in poison has a perspective worth understanding." Jones raised her glass in a toast. "To new culinary frontiers and poisons we can share as friends."